Good evening. The Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District Board of Trustees is now convening a regular board meeting on Monday, October 6th. I'd like to welcome our audience members and those who are viewing us online. The board is here to set goals, review reports, approve budgets, contracts, and establish policy for the district. It's not the board's role to handle day-to-day operation. That responsibility lies with the superintendent. We have policies and procedures in place to address concerns. This is a business meeting of the Board of Trustees held in the public, but not a public meeting. Audience members are limited by designated times on agenda comments and citizen participation. We ask for cooperation in continuing the meeting runs in an orderly and efficient manner. Board members have received material related to tonight's meeting ahead of it. Agenda items may not be handled in the order they appear in the agenda. If a board member determines a need for closed session during the meeting, it will do so in accordance with section 551.071 through 551.084 of the Texas Government Code. Tonight's meeting proceedings are live on the district website to be available for viewing afterwards. For the viewing to reflect clearly, please refrain from speaking while others are talking and keep your cell phones on off or silent. Thank you for taking time to join us this evening in your interest in Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District. We do have two Boy Scout troops here, or one Boy Scout troop, Troop 156. We have Sarah and Nika. Is that correct? If you're here in the audience, we stand up real quickly so we can recognize you. Thank you for being here. The invocation for tonight's board meeting will be given by David Rucker, pastor of the Congregational Care and Discipleship Cornerstone Methodist Church. Thank you, David, for being here tonight. Before the invocation, I'd like to introduce the Jersey Village High School cadets who are performing tonight's color guard. Carrying the U.S. flag is Cadet Major Dixie Vasquez. Carrying the Texas flag is Cadet Staff Sergeant Osehin Lopez. On the right guard is Captain Ethan Montez, and on the left guard is Captain First Lieutenant Jonathan Sigela. These cadets represent the colors tonight under the direction of Master Sergeant Faye Hardy, U.S. Air Force retired. At this time, would you please stand for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance to the flags?
Let us pray. Gracious God, we're so grateful today to be able to call upon your name and ask for your presence at this time. That throughout this meeting, your spirit would prevail. Enable us to know the peace that passes understanding, the wisdom that comes from you, and a community spirit that enables staff and teachers and parents, community and students all to work together in such a way that our students grow and excel and make a good light shine upon our district. We pray all these things in the name of Jesus. Amen.
At this time, Justin Ray, trustee, will read the district's vision and mission statement.
Our vision at CFISD is to create a thriving educational community where each student's full potential is cultivated, realized, and celebrated to ensure lifelong success. Our mission is to equip students today to impact tomorrow.
We'll now proceed with remarks and announcements portion of the agenda. 4A, the superintendent will make remarks and announcements regarding tonight's honors and achievements. Dr. Killian?
Thank you, Mr. President. The month of September produced some great moments. Please enjoy the September recap video highlighting how our students and staff are on the path to amazing. All right, the bringing out the best character trait for the month of October is integrity. Thank you to all of our campuses for emphasizing strong character for all of our CFISD students. 18 of our CFISD seniors representing 7 high schools were confirmed as semifinalists in the 71st Annual National Merit Scholarship Program. The 18 semifinalists are among 16,000 students across the U.S. who placed among the top 1% of approximately 1.5 million students who entered the merit program by taking the PSAT during their junior year. Congratulations to all of our semifinalists. Great work. The annual CFISD College Night is set for tomorrow, October 7th at the Berry Center, where we will expect thousands of students and parents to meet with representatives from hundreds of colleges, universities, military, and technical schools. Don't miss out on the great opportunity. It's a wonderful event, and we have a number of folks that come out for that event. The Governor Abbott has proclaimed this Wednesday, October the 8th, as Education Human Resources Day, a day to recognize the importance of human resource professionals in education and celebrate the impact they make on students, educators, and schools. Thank you very much to our HR department. National Hispanic, I was so worried about Red Ribbon Week, so, because last year I had such a hard time with that. And I just got it right there. National Hispanic Heritage Month is observed September 15th through October 15th, celebrating Hispanic cultures and contributions. Thank you to all of our campuses for sharing your celebrations. I have 3 pages, by the way. It's a lot of recognition this month, so it's a good month. October is National Principals Month, and I want to thank each and every one of our dedicated campus leaders for the incredible work that you do to lead your schools each day. Please enjoy this thank you video from some students.
I am thankful for. So she always calls me Eski, and I really like that.
Keeping the school safe and in line.
Like, this school is the best one that I ever been to.
Being a visible part of our community, he's always out supporting us in athletics or around and supporting teachers in their work.
I definitely thank her for running the school the best way she can and keeping us safe.
I just want to thank him for being around. Make sure everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Thank him for bringing the energy, making sure everybody's hyped in the morning, make sure everybody has their badge on, always having good energy during the hallways in the morning.
I want to thank her for the education she gave us. If there was no principal, the school would go rogue.
And he's very supportive, and he's always a cheerleader for us.
I'd like to thank her for us having a safe school.
Giving this school such a clear vision and, showing his unwavering support for all his students and everyone here.
I want to thank him for always being involved in campus events. He's always around, we see him a lot, and you can tell that he really loves Ridge and all the students here.
Her working hard to make sure everybody feels safe.
Keeping the school clean, safe.
He's being a great person.
Thank you for caring about us.
And thank you for being here.
Just a reminder that Friday, October 10th is a teacher workday and a student holiday, and that Monday and Tuesday, October 13th and 14th are designated as student and staff holidays. National School Lunch Week is October 13th through the 17th, celebrating the National School Lunch Program that serves nearly 30 million children each and every day, and the importance of a healthy school lunch is primary. CFISD Nutritional Services team serves more than 105,000 meals each day. This year's theme is Texas Taste Tour, Your School Lunch Passport. Thank you so much for our Nutrition Services program for all their wonderful work. The inaugural Choose the Path to Amazing Curriculum Expo is set for October 22nd from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Berry Center. This will be a great opportunity for families of 3rd through 8th grade students to see all the educational opportunities available to them in our district. Don't miss out with the free giveaways also. And I just wanted to thank all the staff that have put this together. It's a remarkable event, and thank you so much, Tanya and all the staff that are getting that together. The National School Bus Safety Week is coming up. October 20th through the 24th is designated as National School Bus Safety Week, a public education program addressing the importance of school bus safety. The theme for 2025 is Safe Rides, Everyday Heroes. Students are encouraged to participate in the School Bus Safety Week poster contest at www.napt.org. And then the one I'm scared of, Red Ribbon Week. I was a speech student, I will admit that. During the week of October 27th through the 31st, CFISD will participate in Red Ribbon Week activities. The National Family Partnership Organization organized the first National Red Ribbon Campaign as a way to for people and communities to unite and take a visible stand against drugs. The Red Ribbon Campaign, the largest drug prevention program in the nation, originated in 1985 and used the visual display of red ribbons as a symbol of intolerance towards the use of drugs. Along with celebrating Red Ribbon Week, thank you for putting that in there more than one time, Joel, by the way. CFISD will participate in National Bullying Prevention Month, a nationwide campaign founded in 2006 by Pacers National Bullying Prevention Center. The campaign is held during the month of October and unites communities around the world to educate and raise awareness of bullying prevention. And then finally, each month, we try to showcase a different academic program. This month, let's see what's happening in our science classrooms. All right, now it's my pleasure to turn it over to our Chief Officer for School Leadership, Irene Reese, and she's going to recognize a few principals. And I think we've got a couple of people in the audience that might be interested in that.
Thank you, Dr. Killian. President Henry and Board of Trustees, we always enjoy the opportunity to announce new principals and district leaders to our community. This evening, I'm pleased to introduce two new principals to you. I will begin with introducing our new principal for Salyards Middle School, Steve Miller. Steve brings 22 years of experience in education, with 21 of those years proudly serving the CFISD community. He began his career teaching 5th grade math and science in Alief ISD before joining the CFISD family in 2004 as a teacher at Goodson Middle School. Steve quickly took on leadership as a team leader at Goodson before becoming an assistant principal at Cypress Woods High School in 2007. He joined the Spillane Middle School community in 2009, where he served as assistant principal for 9 years, and in 2018, he was named to his current role of Director of Instruction, where he has played a key role in Spillane's academic success. In addition, he has led multiple campuses as summer school principal, including Goodson Middle School, Lyby Middle School, Truett Middle School, and Anthony Middle School. Steve earned his Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education from the University of Wyoming and his Master of Educational Administration and Leadership from Stephen F. Austin State University. Throughout his career, he has invested in others by mentoring new assistant principals and directors of instruction, presenting at Leadership Academy 2, and serving on district leadership teams and committees that strengthen our schools. Steve's wife, Becky, is also a longtime CFISD employee and works as a 4th grade teacher at Black Elementary. Steve and Becky have 2 daughters who both attend Cypress Woods High School. Addie is a senior and Lexi is a sophomore. When Steve is not working, he can typically be found in his garage building and creating stuff out of wood. He enjoys building Legos, and he considers himself a Lego mega fan. And when he isn't building Lego sets, he is making Lego podcasts and doing Lego review videos. Steve also enjoys spending time with his family. Please join me in celebrating Steve as he begins this new chapter as principal of Salyards Middle School. His dedication, experience, and heart for students will continue to make a lasting impact in the Salyards community.
The Lego is an addiction, I'll admit. But good evening. Thank you, Board President Henry, members of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Killian, and the CFISD leadership team. I stand before you tonight deeply humbled and honored to serve the Bengal community. Thank you for your incredible support and for entrusting me with this opportunity to serve our students, our staff, and our families at Salyards Middle School. You know, having spent nearly my entire career in Cy-Fair, I believe it's important to recognize the principals who have helped shape me into the servant leader I am today. From my first principal, Phyllis Hamilton, who taught a young and energetic history teacher to always lead with a smile, to my former Cy Woods principal, Sue McGowan, aka Mama Wildcat, who ingrained in me the importance of a strong campus culture, always giving that extra degree of effort, the full 212. To the former Spillane and Cy Woods principal, Gary Kinniger, who's in the audience tonight, he always reminded me that kids come first. And to Cy Ranch principal Mike Manis, who was the first to help me take those next big steps towards becoming a principal, pushing me to grow and take on new challenges that I needed to prepare for this role. And then finally, also in the audience tonight, Spillane principal Jamie Brotmarkle. Simply put, if it were not for her unwavering leadership, support, and guidance, I would not be standing before you today. Jamie is the leader who always puts her staff, her students, and her community first. She has shown me what it truly means to lead with heart, and for that, I am forever grateful. And truthfully, I'm beyond blessed to have these role models who exemplify what it means to be a visionary leader in this amazing district. I am also blessed tonight to be surrounded by both my Spartan and Bengal families. And Dirk, I'm going to play off, there's some Woods friends. We're going to double dip tonight too. So I'm just saying, I'm going to claim some of them for both of us. That work for you, buddy? But, you know, everybody give a big wave, because here's the deal. When people ask me what makes Cy-Fair such a special place to work in, it's that right there. Dedicated staff who, after a long Monday, still show up to support and celebrate one another. That commitment and community are what makes CFISD exceptional. Thank you to all for being here and for the countless ways that you go above and beyond every day. To my family, whether you're tuning in online or here with me tonight, thank you for your love and support. Here with me tonight, I have my sister-in-law, Ann Miller. She is a phenomenal 5th grade teacher in Tomball ISD. It's not CFISD, but we still love her. My brother, Mike, In a family full of educators, there's always one rebel, so instead of becoming a teacher, he went on to become an Emmy Award-winning producer at NBC Sports before taking on his current role at HP. So not education again, but we still love him. And to my parents, Frank and Jean Miller, both putting in over 3 decades of service as educators, thank you for being my first and greatest examples of dedication, integrity, and compassion in this great profession. You've been my cheerleaders, my moral compass, and my rock. And to my daughters, Addie and Lexi, you bring so much light to my life. I hope this moment can remind each of you that no matter how difficult the winding path is or how long it takes to walk it, just keep working hard and never give up on your dreams. And then finally to my wife, Becky, she's always been my biggest supporter and clearly my better half. Thank you for your love and unending patience. I could not do this incredible journey without you. In this profession, reflection is one of the most essential tools an educator can have. And this, just being my 6th day on the job, I can already tell you this with certainty. Salyards is a remarkable place. Our Bengals are hardworking, our staff are joyful, motivated, and care deeply about our students' well-being and success. Salyards has a proud tradition of excellence, and I am committed to continuing that legacy. As principal, my goal is to help every student grow and reach heights they have never reached before. And working together, we'll continue to hold high expectations, serve with dedication, and celebrate every single day what it means to be Bengal proud. Thank you.
Okay, next I am excited to announce the new principal at Cyfair High School, Dirk Heath. Dirk, you want to come on up? Dirk began his career in education in 1995 as a teacher and head swim coach in Aldine ISD, where he taught a variety of courses including business, computer science, information systems, and typing. Dirk joined CFISD in 2007 and served as an assistant principal at Blyle Middle School. Later, he served as an assistant principal at Cypress Falls High School. In 2012, Dirk was promoted to associate principal at Cypress Woods High School, where he became known for his school spirit and commitment to celebrating student success. He also served as summer school principal at Cypress Falls in 2010 and Blyle in 2011. Most recently, as principal of Aragon Middle School, Dirk led the campus to an impressive 5-point increase in TEA accountability ratings, moving from a B to an A, and earning 5 distinction designations. Throughout his career, Dirk has distinguished himself as a leader who champions school culture, fosters academic growth, and supports both students and staff. As a proud graduate of Cyfair High School, Dirk went on to earn his Bachelor of Business Administration from Sam Houston State University and his Master of Education from Prairie View A&M University. He also completed numerous leadership development programs, including Leadership Academy 2, the Aspiring Principal Institute, and Capturing Kids' Hearts. Dirk and his wife, Carrie, have one son, Michael, who is in 8th grade at Smith Middle School. Dirk and his family are avid travelers. Dirk is also a Cypress-Fairbanks native. He grew up in the community and attended Adam Elementary, Arnold Middle School, and graduated from Cyfair High School in 1985. Please join me in congratulating Dirk on being selected as the new principal of Cyfair High School.
Thank you, Ms. Rees. President Henry, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Killian, everyone throughout the Cyfair area knows that Cyfair Independent School District is built on family, and tonight I would like to begin by recognizing my families. This is my wife, Carrie. Honey, if you would stand, and Michael, you can do it. This is my wife and son. my mom and dad. Dad, Mom, if you'll just stand real quick. Okay, thank you. Bobcat Cheer, Bobcat Brigade, thank you all so much for being a part of this. My niece Sophia and Kate, my two nieces. You can stand, ladies, you're good. You got to go. I'd also like to recognize my second dad, and he is a second dad not only to me, but to thousands of Cy-Fair graduates. Jerry Orsak, if you would please stand. Thank you, Jerry. And I also happen to have a second set of parents, and they didn't always claim that. They just kind of got stuck with it. But they traveled here all the way from Abilene, Bob and Bobby Warner. If you would please stand. And of course, Jerry and Bobby Warner are Cy-Fair legends. And if you're not aware, Bob Warner is a former principal of Cy-Fair High School. Barbara Crook, are you present? Barbara Crook, if you would please stand. Barbara is the one who believed in me and gave me my first opportunity to work as an administrator at Blyle Middle School. And Barbara, I just want to thank you. I will always be indebted and grateful, and thank you for helping me to become the person that I am. Thank you, Barbara. Stacia Carew, did Stacia make it tonight? When Barbara retired, Stacia retired. Stacia came on and took Barbara's role. And if you're not aware of Stacia Carew, principal at Rowe Middle School, an unbelievable leader and another just somebody that I was just able to learn and grow from. Again, I'll always be indebted to Stacia. Becky Denton, I know you are here because I saw you. Where are you? Becky Denton, if you would stand, please. Becky, a long-term principal at Cy Falls High School, retired from Cy Falls just last year. And Becky, thank you too for believing in me, and what an incredible culture and campus there at Cy Falls. Thank you. And then Gary Kinniger, where are you? Gary, I interviewed with Gary for the associate principal role, called him the next day. Great interview with Gary and Kelly Ellis. Called him the next day and said, I'm not qualified for this, I'm out. And the man argued with me. And if that's not a sign, we spent 11 and a half years together, and we made a great team. Gary, Kelly Ellis, and my Cy Woods family, if you're here, if you would please stand. Absolutely want to recognize my Aragon family. Where's my Aragon family? Well, y'all got to stand. Yes. And I will share with you, Aragon, what an incredible community, an incredibly gifted staff that works hard, brings their A game every day, phenomenal kids, just phenomenal parents. It was an honor, ladies, to work alongside you at Aragon. And then I'd like to introduce my new family, Cy-Fair Bobcat. I've come back home. Cy-Fair Bobcat family, you got to stand. I got to recognize you. Yes. Thank you, Bobcat family. And last but not least, if you're a Cy-Fair graduate, if you would please stand. I want to recognize my fellow brothers and sisters. Bobcat fight never dies is real. Thank you, brothers and sisters, fellow Bobcats. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here real soon, I promise. I don't want to get thrown out. Okay. It is truly an honor to return home to Cy-Fair High School. As a proud member of the class of 1985, being back in the halls of Cy-Fair High School are like a full circle moment for me. The campus has shaped who I am, both as a person and a leader. and I am so grateful for the opportunity to give back to the place that gave so much to me. My goal is simple: to work alongside our students, staff, and to ensure every Bobcat feels welcome, seen, and connected, whether in the classroom, on the field, in the fine arts. I believe every student deserves a place where they can grow, thrive, and be proud to call themselves Bobcats. I'm excited to partner with with our incredibly dedicated staff and families as we continue the proud tradition of excellence that defines Cy-Fair High School. Together, we will build upon our strengths, celebrate our successes, and support one another through challenges. It's great to be back home. Bobcat fight never dies. Thank you. Thank you.
Dawn, unfortunately, you got to be up next. Sorry to tell you that. 4B, the board now recognize our business partner for their outstanding contribution in district. I ask Justin Ray, if you would please go down and help with Dawn.
That was really exciting. So exciting. Awesome. All right. President Henry, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Killian, tonight we celebrate a generous and kind-hearted partner who believes in the power of education and the potential of every child in our community. On behalf of CFISD, it is my absolute joy to recognize ICI Construction, and especially Melody Kelly and Bart Cobb, its president. Melody, would you please come forward? ICI doesn't just build schools, they build futures. With every project they complete, they give back to our students in the most meaningful way by helping ensure every child has the tools they need to learn, grow, and thrive. Their most recent donation of $20,000 has gone directly towards purchasing school supplies for students in need. That means thousands of children across our district will walk into school feeling confident, prepared, and valued. Over the past 9 years, ICI has donated an incredible $200,000 to CFISD, an investment that has touched countless lives and opened doors for many young learners. We received these funds from the Aragon Middle School, Goodson Middle School, and Cypress Woods High School renovation projects. These upgrades will ensure our campuses remain vibrant, safe, and inspiring places for students to learn and grow. ICI designs and construct safe, beautiful buildings that become the heart of our neighborhoods. Inside those walls are our most precious treasures, our students, and ICI treats that responsibility with care, pride, and love. On behalf of CFISD, thank you for your unwavering commitment to your continued partnership on the path to amazing. Thank you, Melody Kelly, and Bart Cobb. We appreciate you. Thank you. And Melody, you can see in the picture, Bart's working hard on campus.
We'll now take a short break and then continue on with the board comments and meetings. We will be moving the board comments to the very end of the meeting. We'll now proceed with the public comments. I'll turn this over to Board Secretary Justin Ray. 6A. Yep.
6A, agenda comments. Per BED local, patrons may address the board and make public comments on any agenda item. Individuals must register online in advance to speak. Registration opens the day the agenda is posted to the district website, and the deadline for registering is 12 p.m. on the day of the meeting. To register, individuals must click on the Register to Speak link found under each agenda item for the meeting on the district website. This electronic speaker form must be completed in its entirety. Any registered speaker who is absent from the meeting at the time for the agenda comments forfeits their opportunity to address the board at the meeting, but must submit written comments to the board. You will have 2 minutes. Our first speaker this evening under item 6A is Leslie Gilmart.
Good evening. I applaud the educators who spent 2,320 hours examining the Bluebonnet and STEM Scopes math materials. Thursday's presentation and discussion were informative and thorough. The 150 educators who reviewed the materials overwhelmingly recommended STEM Scopes for reasons that include real-world connections that get students' attention, access to videos that explain the content to parents, the engaging 5E lesson format, and the ability to print materials. Despite the strong case for STEM Scopes, some might be tempted to consider Bluebonnet because of a financial incentive from the state. However, I've learned that the cost of printing and copies for Bluebonnet cancels out that money. In my role as an educational consultant, I meet with school district leaders from around Texas, some of whose districts have already adopted Bluebonnet. Again, they tell me the cost of copies and printing cancels out the money from the state. During Thursday's discussion, it seemed that despite the compelling case our educators made for STEM Scopes, a couple of board members were trying to find reasons to go with Bluebonnet. This concerns me. The board majority has disregarded teacher and community input more than once. In the era of vouchers, charter schools, and inadequate state funding, we need our community to choose our public schools. The board's math adoption vote will send a message to CFISD families and educators. I hope their vote shows trust and respect for our teachers and a commitment to student success.
Kendra Camarina.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for the work that you do. I also want to really, and I know this is repetitive, but thank the teachers, because putting in that 2,300 hours says a lot for them to dig into both curriculums, to really understand the depths of each of the curriculums, ensuring that they're rigorous, ensuring that they're providing students with the scaffolds. And as a former teacher myself, watching and listening, understanding that this has the 5E. I have myself taught using the 5E model and understand how that really does engage students and take them into that deeper level. Additionally, as a parent who understands that math has changed from when I was in school, hearing that there is accessibility for parents to go online and to watch videos versus what I had to do as a parent, which is find weekends or somewhere when I can go to the school and dig in. I think just that accessibility is really, really important. So I'm asking that we support the teachers and their recommendation. 75% of them recommended STEM Scopes. And then in addition, one of the things that stood out to me as someone who has been watching these board meetings is when we talked about Bluebonnet on May 1st, that was going to have over a 4-year cost of $16 million. And then last week when we were discussing it, this is going to have a 4-year cost. STEM Scopes is going to have a 4-year cost of $7 million. So that made me look at being financially smart and how this could provide us an opportunity to save some dollars. So thank you.
Move on to item 6B, citizen participation. Per BED local, patrons may address the board during the regular board meeting under citizen participation on any matters of interest or concerns that are not posted agenda items. Individuals may only register to speak one time per meeting and must register in advance. Registration opens the day of the agenda is posted to the district website, and the deadline for registering is 12 p.m. on the day of the meeting. To register, individuals must click on the register to speak link found under citizen participation heading in the agenda for the meeting that is on the district website. The electronic speaker form must be completed in its entirety. Any registered speaker who is absent from the meeting at the time for citizen participation forfeits the opportunity to address the board at that meeting, but may submit written comments to the board. Each speaker will have 2 minutes. Our first speaker is Sarah Rivlin.
Hi, I'm Sarah Rivlin with Cypher-AFT, and I'm speaking on behalf of a para who is not able to be here tonight. Hello, good evening, members of the board, district leaders, and community members. My name is Tanisha Wilson, and I'm proud to serve as a member of the Cypher-ISD support staff. I work in the AB department, helping students with behavioral issues or academic struggles. Every day I show up with dedication and heart, whether I'm assisting teachers in the classroom, helping clean the facility, or supporting students in need. I take pride in what I do because I know my work makes a difference and our work matters. However, I'm finding it increasingly difficult to stay in the job I love. As the cost of living in the community has risen sharply, my salary has not kept pace. A single paycheck no longer covers basic expenses like rent, groceries, gas, utilities, and health care. Some of us are working 2 or even 3 jobs just to provide for our families. I understand that the district faces financial challenges, but the truth is our schools cannot function without support staff. We are the foundation that allows teachers to teach and students to learn. When support staff are underpaid and overworked, it affects the entire educational environment. I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm asking for fair compensation, pay that reflects the essential role I play in student success and district excellence. A pay increase is not just an investment in employees. It's an investment in the stability and quality of Cypher-ISD. Please recognize the value of the people who keep this district strong every single day. Let's make sure our dedication is matched by fair and equitable pay. Thank you for your time and your continued commitment to all Cypher employees.
President Thomas Jackson.
Mr. President, Mr. Superintendent, my colleagues, this evening I want to highlight and help celebrate outstanding accomplishments of 12 campuses, 10 of which have earned all distinctions. Distinctions were created by Commissioner Williams, and by my calculations, places you in the top 3% of schools as determined by the Texas Education Agency. Commissioner Morath, my trustee colleague, noted that earning just 1 distinction is cause of celebration. Tonight, I present to each of these schools the coveted Golden Apple. There are also 2 schools that made the largest amount of progress in moving the needle. They too will be recognized. In addition, I present each of these 12 schools with a certificate from the National Society Sons of the American Revolution. Will the principal or their designee please rise when the name of their school is called and collect from Holly their Golden Apple and a certificate? Burks, Bird, Forney, Haregrove, Hallbrook, Lowry, Pope, M. Robinson, Sampson, Woodard, Bain, and Kirk. Once again, Mr. President, Mr. Superintendent, I applaud the work of these campuses. Leadership matters. Leadership by the principals matter most. Thank you for giving us this time tonight.
Our next speaker is Stacy Peterson.
Hello. We've seen you take strides to retain so many departments in this school district, but it seems like not ours. We love the kiddos, as I've said before, and I would love to invite you all again to come see what different paras do, because we're not all the same. We do different jobs, some are harder, but it seems that it's not very easy to keep paras in their positions. And why? Because we're the ones who are either handling the behaviors or supporting the teacher in the moment of a behavior, waiting, doing all the steps before we can call an admin. Because we have certain steps we have to do before we can call an admin, and it's usually we're restraining in a team manner. We get CPI certified, trained. Or we're the ones handling medical emergencies prior to the nurse making it to our classroom. I've taught many nurses how to do the feeding system on my student because they haven't dealt with it in a long time. Not that they don't know, but I have the knowledge. Also, a nurse assistant sometimes is the one who's coming because the nurse is out. So that's a para taking on a nurse position. We're the ones who are chasing a student who's eloped down the street prior to a police officer being called. I've done that many a times because a student goes out the door. We don't just go back in and call the police officer. We go after them. As a paraprofessional, we wear many hats, and while I thank you for approving our raises, it's still not enough. I'm sorry, it's nowhere near enough. It doesn't reflect the jobs that we do. And again, love for you guys to come see what we do, because I don't think you totally get what a life skills para does, an in-class support para does, a clinic para does. There's many different jobs. We as a district have to
Thank
do
you,
better.
Stacy. Please wrap up.
And our students deserve support, and the lack of para means other paras are picking up the slack, or our students are not getting their
Okay, thank you.
minutes
Thank you for your
that are
comments. Very
detail,
much.
or that are law.
Our next speaker is Reginald Bradley. Reginald Bradley. Carla Cortines.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Carla Cortines. Thank you for meeting with us today. I really enjoy my work here, and I love my children. I'm excited about the future with the district. Our work demands a high level of skills, focus, and creativity. Our work is more than supervision. I work at Jersey Village High School with the preschoolers. I've been working as an educator for 40 years now. I am a CDA certified teacher. Physical and emotional demands a big part of what we do. We are challenged physically by lifting children, being on our feet, and participating in high energy activities. We are challenged with emotional resilience, for example, meltdowns with our kids, conflicts, intense emotional outbursts. Handling challenging behaviors requires patience and compassion. These are challenges that our children have not yet fully developed emotional regulation skills. We help them to develop those skills. Our job is essential. We build on foundational skills. We are not babysitters, but a foundational guide. As a professional, let's focus on fair market value. To continue to perform the highest level and fully engage with our career, it's important that our compensation aligns with our contribution to market value. Low compensation can lead to decreased motivation and engagement, which ultimately impacts the district productivity and morals. Our para staff is staffed by single parents.
Thank you, Carla. Please wrap up.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Dominique Chaidez. Chaidez?
Chaidez.
Got it.
Chai like tea, des like Desi Arnaz. Hi, my name is Dominique Chaidez. I'm a clinic assistant at Goodson Middle School. I've worked in the district since 2018, and I've been in education since 2016. I've worked primarily on the elementary level, but this is the first year I actually get to work at a middle school, and it's been amazing. I absolutely love my job. I work in the clinic with a nurse, so I'm on the front lines with my nurses. I've worked with many different nurses over the years, and as a clinic assistant, last year alone, I made less than $23,000 a year. I have 3 beautiful children who are with me tonight. Those are my babies. They are Cyfair students. My son is at Cyfair High School, and my girls are at Arnold Middle School, 6th and 7th grade and 10th grade. I am very proud of my family, but every month I struggle to make ends meet. I currently live in one of the few communities that is tax credit. That means that it is government subsidized housing. On my income alone, I am a single mom. I don't get any other assistance from the government. I don't get food stamps. I don't get Medicaid. I don't qualify for anything because I have more money going out than I do coming in. With that said, since I have been a clinic assistant for so long, I'm not just a regular clinic assistant. I'm also a registered medical assistant, which means the starting pay for a regular medical assistant is $42,000 to $44,000 a year. I'm grossly underpaid for my skills. Since I am now a mid-level person, that would be $50,000 to $70,000 a year is what I should be getting paid as my skill set. I understand that working for the district, no one's in it for the money, but I am in it because I love these kids. I love teaching them about their mental health.
Thank you, Dominique. Your time is up.
I love teaching them in the clinic. And it's only fair that
Thank you. Please wrap up your comments.
that our pay is reflective.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I would appreciate in the future that everyone is respected as they come up and speak. Thank you.
Jeremy Eugene.
Hello, my name is Jeremy Eugene. I teach special education English and reading at Cypress Park High School, and I'm here to speak on behalf of a paraprofessional who couldn't make it tonight. Hello, my name is Chandra Hilaire. I'm a teacher assistant. Many people don't fully understand what that role means, but can I tell you, it is much more than just helping in the classroom. Every day I provide vital support to both the teacher and the students. Many of the children that I work with have special needs, which requires patience, consistency, and compassion. I assist with behavior management, reinforce lessons in small groups, prepare materials, supervise students, change diapers, feed the students, and step in whenever I am needed so that learning can happen for everyone. The work is rewarding because I get to witness children grow, gain confidence, and succeed in ways that might not be possible without extra support. But it is also demanding. It requires energy, skills, and heart every day. We expect the unexpected. We get hit, slapped, pinched, etc. Despite this, teachers' assistants are significantly underpaid by this district. The pay does not reflect the level of responsibility or the dedication required for this work. We are doing essential work that benefits not just the classroom, but the future of our students. We are not asking for special treatments, only for fair recognition. When teachers' assistants are valued and compensated fairly, the children we serve benefit the most. Thank goodness that I do not work for the check. I work for the love and the concerns that I have for the children and families. Investing in us is truly investing in them in so many ways. Thank you.
Erica Monroe.
Good evening. My name is Erica Monroe, and I'm a special education paraprofessional at AOC East. I moved here from Maryland as a single mom, hoping to give my middle school-age daughter a better life and to do what I love, working with those who really need support. I love my job. I love my students. I show up every single day at 6:55 a.m. because they matter to me. These are the students who were removed from campus for violating student code of conduct. Some come with felonies, some come with substance abuse issues. I'm the one helping them calm down when they're upset, keeping them on track and showing them that somebody believes in them. But honestly, it's getting harder to keep going when I can barely afford to support myself. Education takes so much heart and patience. We deal with tough behaviors, emotional struggles, and everything in between. We're at the first line of action when there's a problem, and right there beside the teachers making sure things don't fall apart. I can't afford health insurance. There are even weeks I have to decide between paying my rent or my car note. No one working full-time in education should have to make those choices like that. It's sad when some of my students working part-time jobs are making more than I do. That hurts because we love what we do, but love doesn't pay the bills. Paraprofessionals are essential, we're the backbone of the campus, and we deserve to be able to live with dignity. I'm hoping that the district takes a serious look at our pay and benefits. A fair raise would make a huge difference for us and for the students who depend on us every single day. Thank you for listening and for caring enough to hear what we're doing.
Jordan Bowen.
Hi. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to be here. I'd rather be at home putting my 5-month-old and my 2-year-old to sleep, but I have to be here because what this board continues to do when given the opportunity is not okay, and we, the community, don't have to stand for it. When my husband and I moved out here, we had a choice, Cyfair ISD, Spring, or Klein. We intentionally chose the school district because it was the best. We grew our family with the security of knowing that they would receive high-quality public education. So when I hear sitting board members say things like, their role is to tear down the overinterpretation of separation of church and state in our schools, that scares me. When they say that we're still in this war, I want to know, a war against who? Our teachers, our community, children like mine who are being raised in a different faith than the one they overwhelmingly prefer? When a candidate running against a slate with a sitting board member claims that we need to be careful about the Antichrist among us and that he comes to kill, steal, and destroy, again, I want to know, who are they referring to? We have over 110,000 students, a majority of whom come from diverse backgrounds, different faiths, cultures, and income levels. But you wouldn't know it by looking at this board or listening to this rhetoric. Their words are charged, divisive, and have no place on the school board. If you want your kids to learn in a faith-based environment, send them to private school. Our public schools are not a pulpit. Soon we'll have a chance to do better. We can have people who embrace the goodness and potential in our community, people that represent all students, and I hope you'll join me in supporting those who are fighting for quality, equitable public education. Thank you.
Nikki Coward.
I have attended Cyfair school board meetings for many, many years, and tonight, common thread here, I was also asked to share remarks written by a Cyfair ISD paraprofessional. She is unable to attend evening meetings at all because she has to work a second full-time job at night. But first, last month, this board honored a current Texas House representative, which is not the norm. And I'm all for recognizing the hard work of our pro-public education leaders. We have to lobby the heck out of all of our state legislators to fund our public schools like we used to and not vote in favor of outing billions of dollars for vouchers. Representative Schofield announced freshmen elected will be headed to the Capitol next session. I hope this board will do everything possible to both send and recognize representatives that stand with our school district on every single vote, 100% of the time. Funding programs to draw families back to our public schools and ensure a living wage for all employees, especially our gravely underpaid support staff. And now a word from Ms. Kaylin Maddox. In my role as an early childhood special education paraprofessional, I have never felt more welcomed and loved. I'm teaching my tiny but mighty students how to properly communicate and serve as functional members of society relative to their own capabilities. But currently, I take home roughly $1,500 a month as a paraprofessional, so I must work another full-time job to pay the bills. I show up to my night job tired and hungry and sometimes physically injured, because on any given day, I endure and handle being scratched, kicked, slapped, and bitten by my students. There are months that after paying rent and car note and insurance, I'm left with less than $50 to pay for gasoline and buy groceries. I don't want to have to decide on whether I get my car repossessed or if I can eat this month. Thank you.
Dr. Cleveland Lane, Jr. I first want to tell y'all thank you for this opportunity. And I really want to say, speaking to the paraprofessionals that came up here to speak, I know you stepped outside your box, and I commend you on it because I know you need to be heard. I had some words for you written down, but as I sat there, I started thinking about some things that were being said. When people said what they felt Cypher ISD was, they said commitment, peace, community, wisdom, culture, excellence, family, welcoming, every child, all right? Every child. Leadership. So as we start to look at and you start deciding on what the next curriculum is for the district, please make sure that you think about those cultural biases, the historical differences. Make sure you also take in consideration, I know each of you grew up with a separation of church and state. Why blur the lines now? Because it made a difference in making sure that everybody had an equal opportunity to learn. So I stand here in front of you to make sure you just think about these last words that I'm gonna say. Education and community are bound by purpose. What is our purpose? Is to make sure that our kids continue to grow and make sure that this community grows. Thank you for the opportunity. Ryan Wilson. Ryan Wilson.
Item 7B, the reports portion of the agenda, was presented at the board work session on Thursday, October 2nd. We'll now move to 7A, the reports section. 7A, in accordance with Texas Education Code, State Board of Education regulations, President Board shall announce all the names of board members who have completed, exceeded, or deficient in continuing education by law. I'll now read the names in alphabetical order of each member, their hours, and the status of their progress. Dr. Natalie Blessingame, 17 hours, completed. Scott Henry, 20.25 hours, completed. Julie Heidemann, 35.0 hours, exceeded. Christine Kalmbach, 17 hours, completed. Todd Neclomp, 20 hours, completed. Justin Ray, 16 hours, completed. Lucas Scanlon, 16.25 hours, completed. The board now review the following consent agenda items. During these items, any board member may request to move one of the items and move and vote on individually. If any board member has a question regarding each agenda item, please ask to be recognized for those items. 8A, the minutes of September 8th. 8B, additions, deletions, and subtractions from 8B1, FFG, student welfare, child abuse, and neglect. 8C, construction proposals for 2024 Bridgeland High School renovation, 8C1. 8D, awarding bids for the following items: 8D1, food services; 8D2, bond council services; 8D3, charter bus travel agency; 8D4, Cypher High School renovation; 8D5, disclosure council services. If any board member wishes to remove one of my items for discussion, please do it at this time. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consensus items as recommended or amended.
I move to approve the consensus items.
I second.
Sorry. We'll now proceed to non-consent agenda items. 8D6, Financial Advisory Services.
I move that the board approve the recommendation of the Financial Advisory Services Committee to select Post Oak Municipal Advisors, LLC, to secure qualified financial advisory services for the development of long-term financial plans, analysis of funding alternatives, and recommendation of debt financing strategies.
I'll second.
All those in favor, see my raising your right hand. All those opposed? One opposed. All those abstaining? One abstaining. 9A, the board will consider taking action on resolution to nominate 2 candidates for position of board directors for Harris County Central Appraisal District. May I please get a motion for this 9A? I believe the names are in the letter. If someone would like to make those names. In Exhibit A.
I move that the board nominate Martina Lamond Dixon as candidate for a position on the board of directors of the Harris Central Appraisal District.
I'll second that. All those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. All right, that's unanimous. 9. We can either do 1 or 2. We'll just do 1 since that's the only person I knew as well. So we get both our votes go for that one person. 9B, the board consider approving the district instructional materials recommendation for math, kindergarten, 8th algebra. May I please get a motion, please?
I move that the board approve Accelerate Learning STEM Scopes Math as the instructional material recommendation for grades K through 8 in Algebra 1.
I'll second.
Any questions? Seeing no discussion, we'll now take over. All those in favor? Great. 9C, the board will consider approving acquisition of approved donated materials for library, been on the website for at least 30 days. May I please get a motion for this item?
I move that the board approve the library books posted on the September 5th acquisition list.
I second.
Any questions? Seeing no discussion, I'll take a vote. All those in favor? 9D, the board consider approving on reading additions, deletions to 9D1 EHAC Basic Instruction Program revised. May I please get a motion?
I move that the board approve on first reading the additions, revisions, or deletions to District Policy EHAC Local Basic Instructional Program Required Instruction Secondary Revised.
I'll second that. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, we'll take a vote. All those in favor? That is unanimous. 9E, the board is making the determination that good cause does not exist for the individuals listed in the notice to be resigned their respective employment contracts. This item was disclosed in closed session during the last working session. May I please get a motion?
Mr. President, I move that the Board of Trustees render a finding under Texas Administrative Code, Chapter 249.17D, that good cause did not exist as required by the TEC Code Sections 21.105C, 21.160C, or 21.210C for the individuals listed here to resign their respective employment contracts and notify these employees in accordance with the law that the district is submitting a complaint to the State Board of Educator certification for contract abandonment.
I'll second that. Any question or discussion? Seeing none, we'll now take a vote. All those in favor? 9F, the board consider approving the superintendent's recommendation that the individual listed here pursuant to 21.104 of the Texas Educator Code, employment of the district is under probationary conduct is now terminated. May I please get a motion?
I move that the Board of Trustees give notice to the person listed here that her employment under a probationary contract is terminated.
I second.
I'll take a vote. All those in favor? 9G, the board consider a level 4 SWIFT of level 3 decision, consider a level 4 appeal of a level 3 decision. This item was disclosed in closed session. May I please get a motion?
I move that the board uphold the decision made at the level 3 hearing.
Second.
We'll now take a vote on that. All those in favor? Board, we do have 1A, which was an addendum. I believe we received that earlier this week. Does anyone need to go into closed session for this item? Seeing no, the board now consider giving notice to this individual that probationary contract has been terminated. May I please get a motion?
I move that the board will consider giving notice to the individual listed here that her probationary contract has been terminated.
A second.
All those in favor? We'll now move on to board comments. Let's start to my left. Julie, would you like to go first, please?
As always, I share my experiences around the district attending events, making campus visits, continuing education, and conferences attended on my trustee Facebook page rather than at our monthly board meetings. I try to share on social media weekly as there's so much to see, do, and celebrate in Cyfair ISD. I also try to make posts to share information, to provide factual information on issues regarding the district, and I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that moving forward. While I always focus on the positives, I do acknowledge that when I visit with students, staff, parents, and community members, sometimes the topics are serious or frustrating or heartbreaking. I hear stories of campus staff working hard to reach students who are struggling, who aren't coming to school due to difficult personal circumstances. Students, teachers, and administrators are adjusting to new assessments, and staff are being asked to give even more time and energy to work on special projects driven by school board dynamics and agendas. Principals, counselors, and mental health teams support campuses after the loss of a student. Confusion about what is true or not true about our schools and our district. I want the Cypher ISD community to know that I see you and I hear you, the good parts and the hard parts. Tonight's meeting was a wonderful example of what makes Cypher ISD so special. When we got to introduce new principals and hear about their history, their legacy, the teachers and administrators who poured into them, and that is what makes Cypher ISD so special. And I love that we were reminded of that tonight, and I encourage us all to hold on to that.
Thank you, Christine.
Good evening, Cyfair. I want to say happy October to everyone. And to recognize, as Stephen Miller, I had the joy of getting to meet him at the Spillane anniversary, 20th anniversary celebration, and saw that he was a magnanimous personality, an amazing educator, and to see him take over the reins at Salyards, congratulations to him. I also want to take a point of personal privilege to recognize Dirk Heath, the new principal at Cyfair, a hearty BFND, as we are both class of 1985. We have a number of amazing principals that serve in Cyfair. Susan Brenz and Karen Stockton are also class of 85 from Cyfair. So it's great to be in such amazing company of amazing individuals that bless our community. To see Mr. Warner, remember him with a little bit more hair back in the day, I think. But it was a joy to see him and Mr. Arsak and so many fellow Bobcats. I also wanted to mention that I had some school visits. I've enjoyed meeting with Blau Brahma's principal, Michelle Provo, Jaeger Yellow Jackets principal, Carrie Dale, Brodegum Center Principal Craig Pliskin, Matsky Wildcats Principal Catherine Jacobs, Hamilton Middle School Tigers Principal Jason Toulos, and Hamilton Elementary School Lions Principal Brandy Bro. All of these schools exude excellence and have high standards, promoting a positive culture and academic achievement and leadership in their schools. I also did attend, along with my fellow board members on the ASVP committee, the math curriculum that was presented last week, listening to the teachers at the elementary and secondary levels, presenting their findings on Bluebonnet and STEM scopes. It was very helpful to hear their input on what was good about both of the curriculums. In the elementary school level, 32% actually preferred Bluebonnet. At the high school level, only 9%, so there was a marked difference there. Our district also supplements curriculum. That's one of the wonderful things in our district, is that teachers have the ability to supplement curriculum to meet our students' needs. And so I'm glad to see that Bluebonnet could be part of those as well. I also wanted to give an update on the Academic Safety Vision and Planning meeting from last Friday. We did have a feedback on the superintendent evaluation process, where each cabinet member reviewed and discussed several recommended changes to goals, guardrails, and performance objectives. Those recommended changes will be finalized and brought before the whole board in November. We also have, Dr. Gorey came up with a great idea for this Choose the Path to Amazing curriculum night. A lot of times parents are not familiar with the curriculum that we're teaching, and so on October 22nd, we're inviting all of you to come to the Amazing Curriculum Expo for grades 3 through 8 specifically, so that you can become familiar with that and ask questions and see the curriculum for yourself. For the Impact Tutoring update, so far we've had 32 volunteers participate in that program. Our next training is on October 23rd, and I want to encourage everybody to come and apply to be an Impact Tutor or Global Volunteer or a mentor. We need help in all of those areas. We also did have our library book review process. They're still going through that to review the acquisition list. And then we did have a discussion on Chromebooks. There will be some that will be reviewed for that. We looked at a snapshot of activity, looking at students that are utilizing that, or at least that were logged on. And we will be reviewing that as well moving forward to look at if there's a possibility of how elementary school has Chromebooks, how junior high and high school need those for their work in school. So more information will be coming forward about that. Also on Chief Academic Leadership, Irene Ruiz shared an overview of the eHall Pass system. It's a digital hall pass that assists campus administrators with real-time monitoring of student movement in the building. The program was used last year, prior to last year, and they researched the program and the compliance with the SCOPE Act, and 13 campuses are currently using it. It has very high results. Students actually put in that they need a pass, and it also recognizes if there's special requests or areas that they need assistance with, and to allow the proper number of students to be out. So very exciting to hear that. We also had a presentation from Human Resources, Dr. Stewart and Dr. Ogumike, on the Classroom Management Toolkit. The toolkit actually is provided to the campus principals for them to identify staff members to participate in training of the trainers, and helps with classroom management. 97% of our teachers are skilled at that level or higher, so we're very proud of that. Our District of Innovation update includes DOI teacher certification. We do not have any campuses that have exceeded our 25% limit on the DOI permit. Currently, there are 35 DOI permits and 256 emergency permits district-wide. We received a short safety and security update from Chief Mendez on campus review of safety and security on that, and we are going to be reviewing some of that information to make sure it's compliant with the PEMS code report. And then Chief Operating Officer Matt Morgan gave us an update on transportation. We currently have 1 CDL and 2 non-CDL driver vacancies. We have 64 bus drivers in training. Department morale is very high. The area director feels that on-time arrivals are improving. Technicians are actually able to do their preventative maintenance work and warranty on the buses, and the supervisors are providing the support to our drivers that they need. They said that this is one of the best starts that they've had in a number of years. So we're very happy and excited with the direction that all of our departments. Thank you to everybody who has worked so hard to make it a great start to the year. We've done a lot of great work, and I want to thank everybody for participating and making such a difference in Cy-Fair. We're on the right path, so we are choosing that path to amazing.
Awesome. This being October is National Principal Appreciation Month, and so I just wanted to spend my time honoring the principals that I've got to do campus visits for in the last month. Principalship is a hard job, it's a lonely job, and teachers are the most important people. All of us are constant to support them, and for a teacher, a principal really matters. Principals stay at a school, choose a school, maybe even over salary. It's about that leadership they have. And I just wanted to call out some salient features at some of the places that I had the privilege of visiting. At Bridgeland High School, Here we go. It was really what stuck out there, and I want to honor Principal Richard Dixon for and the team there, their incredible team around them. There were a bunch of adults who truly engaged in the interests and getting to know each of their students, and there's kind of like a chill vibe, but it's got high expectations on it. And in the CTE department, their teacher that does the floral class and their CTE teacher who does welding, they were so excellent, but really more than anything, the relationships they were building in their classroom and the high level of performance the students were giving were commendable. In Wells Elementary School, Dr. Cheryl Fisher, she was out there when that was a field, and you can't imagine how much growth happened around that campus in 10 years. But what was really special there is that there was a culture of celebration of the students that had a level of excitement, but also a culture of celebration of the teachers. They take time to celebrate each character of the portrait of a teacher and call out a teacher who exemplifies that to get an award for the year. Instructional strategies, being creative and student-centered, positive role models, lifelong learners, and that was exciting. And also their music teacher, I saw the most creative lesson I may have ever seen in a music classroom at that campus. Postma Elementary School Principal Tracy Barstow, I think that's a little hidden secret over there on that street. I've passed it a million times because it's close on my way to different meetings, but what a great, it's game on there at Postma. They literally are conscientious about the campus culture to the point where there's individual kids, there's teachers, there's PBIS, but they go an extra step where they have kids working on campus-wide teams, like half the building and half the building across the grades. And so students are working on things like attendance and referrals and a clean cafeteria and academic competitions, but they do it as a team, and it's a real great way for kids to think outside themselves. Truly, truly different and very commendable. Byrd Elementary School, Dr. Amy Frank and her team, that is one, there's a confidence in that campus. There's a very conscientious about the campus culture, but I also commend them because it's almost like they've found ways to do old things in a new way. They're really creative and saying, what can we do? Because they don't have as many staff at that campus because of their free reduced lunch status, but they figure out how to get teachers help in their classrooms and make sure that they're watching and tracking how students move, and it's really commendable. At Anthony Middle School, new principal, Crystal Romanelli and their team, there the middle school students were really featured. I love to see how it was like, she was a new principal, probably would love to have talked to me forever, but she gave it to her student council, ladies of student council, the leaders at several grade levels, and they were really excited about the new activities on campus. There was a lot of student ownership, and they felt like they were seen, and that's very important to the middle schoolers. At Brunel Elementary School, new principal Michelle Bickham just brings continues the excellence over there. The campus is commended for the fact that they know how to differentiate instruction and also give kids agency to determine what they're going to work on when to get things done during the week in a way that actually is probably top I've ever seen, and as far as any school being able to truly let students drive like an instructional board of activities. And really also seeing so many parents there. I challenge parents at every school. There were watchdog dads. One was a teacher in one of our high schools who took his birthday off to be a watchdog dad at the school. And also just the library full of parents there supporting while the librarian got to read a story aloud, and just a truly special campus culture of inclusion. And then finally, Smith Middle School, Janae Dennis. The students there, they feel like it's their school, and they were very, I want to call out their orchestra and their band teachers because they've created such a sense of belonging. The students spoke about those programs as if it's like their family, right? Like, and you could tell it was, yes, learning the craft of music, but it was also talking about how they were able to relate to each other. And so it was really sweet to see that they had created that culture of excitement and a sense of agency in the students. So I just commend those principals, but every principal. They're just the ones I got to visit this month. We have the finest around. We have such professional principals. We have such caring principals. And we heard today just a celebration of pulling 2 more into that family. They said campus culture and kids come first. And that's what I see everywhere I go. And I just say thank you to all our principals during National Principals Appreciation Month.
Todd, are you ready?
Good evening. I wanted to tell the Libi middle school staff, Principal Crystal Love Hoyer, they've got, I appreciate the visit. A solid group of students, gave a great tour of their campus. Future is certainly bright for these young men and women. I also want to thank Mr. Wynn for the engraved nameplate with the Cypher logo. Definitely understand why he's one of the favorite teachers on their campus. Over at Kirk Elementary School, Principal Katie Ford, I want to give a shout out to their staff. For those that don't know, They improved their campus state accountability rating from 68 to 83 in 1 year. So outstanding work to the staff at Kirk Elementary School. Also wanted to let everyone know I've been able to catch a few football games. Most recently this past Saturday, I saw some competitive football. Looks like it's going to be a dogfight to the end. I encourage the community to rally behind their local high schools and students and student athletes. The time and energy that our coaches, administrators, teachers, and other staff members and parent volunteers put in every week is nothing short of amazing. I wanted to also give a shout out to the Cypress Ridge High School junior, Allison Ramirez. Was surprised with the College Board Big Future $40,000 scholarship on September 24th. College Board's Big Future scholarships financially reward students who complete steps online in the college and career planning process. Ramirez completed at least one planning action on Big Future, a free online platform that helps students personalize a plan for their life after high school. Also, Fox Sports and reporter Nate Griffin was recognized Cypress Woods High School senior volleyball player Caroline Walden last Monday as Fox Sports Making the Grade honoree. Caroline is committed to playing volleyball at Colorado School of Mines. Also, Cy Woods alum. For those that don't know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a football team. Cy Woods alum Chase McLaughlin kicked the game-winning field goal for Tampa Bay yesterday. So shout out to the former Cy Woods alum. And then also wanted to throw out there that Jersey Village alum Trey Jones was featured by KPRC playing with the Savannah Bananas. So if you don't know who the Savannah Bananas, I'd encourage you to get online and check those guys out. That is a fun time. If you got kids and you want to go to a fun baseball event, it is a treat. So also want to end my board comments with the committee update for the policy committee. Policy Committee met last month in preparation for October's board meeting. We reviewed FFG for its second reading this month with no further revisions suggested. We also reviewed one policy for reading this month. The policy is EHAC, and the revisions are suggestions from the curriculum team after updating our process and procedures for off-campus PE. The Policy Committee will be reviewing our local policies on student transfers this month in our meetings so that we can suggest some changes for November's board meeting.
Lucas?
I had the privilege of attending the Berry Battle of the Bands. Scott, I think I saw you did as well. And, you know, in addition to the football games, I just wanted to call out that there are so many of our extracurricular programs that are about engaging our community. I'm sitting here in the presence of all of our principals and educators and admin at the back of the room that have spent their careers on working on engaging with the community. And it's always awe-inspiring to me. One of my very favorite band programs in the district is Cy Park. And so I wanted to call out, as I watched all the performances, they were top-notch, but what I saw in Cy Park, they had 4 snare drum players, high school players, and I know a lot about playing those particular instruments, and what I saw was 4 high school students playing at a collegiate level very well. So today I sent an email to Bob Barfield, Tim Green, and Trevor Powell, copy Dr. Killian and John Morrison, as well as Joe Glass, stating what an amazing leadership example we had in front of those kids, where those band directors chose to be in that school. They wanted that school. They wanted to communicate with the families of that region and build something that they were very proud of. And when you go and you meet the parents at that program, like all of our other programs across the city, across our district, you see the pride in the parents' eyes. They get behind their kiddos. It's something for them to hook into. It's something they can recognize. Those students were playing at a level that it would have surprised anybody that knew exactly what was happening. It was awe-inspiring. And so I want to say congratulations to the Cy Park Band Program, as well as all of our other band programs that competed at Battle of the Berry and are getting ready for region and area contests coming up soon. Last year, we had all of our bands get to area, and that is an amazing accomplishment. That does not just happen. And so our fine arts leadership across this district sets this pattern for what it should be for the state. They do an incredible job, and I'm so proud of our team. So that concludes my comments for this evening.
Justin?
Lucas brought his fan club with him. I just want to take a few minutes and reflect on some of my recent campus visits as well. I want to thank Principals Bellato of Bang Elementary, Principal Mendez of Holbrook Elementary, and Principal Hawthorne of Francone Elementary for their hospitality. But by luck of the draw, I am visiting all 3 of my kids' campuses this semester. Last board meeting, I was able to discuss how I absolutely mortified my sophomore at Jersey Village. Not to be outdone, I was able to thoroughly embarrass my 7th grader at Cook Junior High this week as well. So thank you again, Principal Sebastian, for that excellent visit and the discussion. But speaking of discussion, I relish the opportunity to sit down with campus principals to hear firsthand what's going on their campus and what the district should continue to focus on from their perspective. Discussion always includes school safety and facilities, academic performance, teacher retention. I always tell our campus leaders there's only so much we can do here from the board. Our district's success depends on their leadership and the culture that they set on their campuses. And again, a special thanks to all the teachers whose classrooms I visit. I mean, I feel like I can come in as a bit of a hurricane with high fives and fist bumps and bump right into the middle of their instruction. But thank you very much to all the teachers for their graciousness and indulging in my brief interruptions. And I really appreciate all that they do. But I wanted to touch on a few other things real quick. Of course, September is a great month to start hitting up all the Cy-Fair sporting events. Todd talked about it. Lucas, we've all talked about all the different sporting events we get to go to, how amazing it is. I was honored to serve as a float judge for the Jersey Village Homecoming Parade. So congrats to the debate team, cosmetology, and volleyball on taking home those coveted trophies. But we talked last Thursday, and we're going to talk about it quite a bit, is the Long Range Planning Committee. Looking ahead this month, the Long Range Planning Committee will have additional meetings. I'm enthused by the initial strong turnout, and I'm also in agreement with the committee's priority rankings of attendance boundary review and facilities assessments. So regarding facilities, this is something that has to remain a top priority for the district. We don't have many new schools on the horizon, and taking care of our existing facilities going forward is absolutely important. I know some of these expenditures can be expensive, but the cost of maintenance inaction far outweigh the savings or any savings from delayed facilities maintenance. I hearken back and I remember when I was a young and idealistic city council member and I walked into our city hall and our city secretary had a bucket on her desk. I said, "Madam Secretary, why do you have a bucket on your desk?" And so she said, "Well, because when it rains on my desk." And so we had to get the roof fixed pretty quickly. But it just, burned into me this notion that you have to have facilities if you want to attract good talent. And if you want to take care of your employees, you want to take care of your people, you have to have good facilities to do that. And so we should always keep our focus on that. Our current facilities are first class, and they have to remain that way. CFISD can never let itself go down the road of bad or dilapidated buildings, facilities, or infrastructure. That's a reputation that's almost impossible to return from. And in today's day and age, especially with the increased educational competition, reputation is extremely important. On top of that, CFISD is locked in a battle with other school districts and the private sector for talented people. Work environment, safety, and cleanliness are all important factors when candidates are looking for jobs. So, of course, as I've said many times, Cy-Fair neighborhoods are built on the strength and the reputation of our school district. If our facilities ever decline because of facilities neglect, the district reputation suffers, our ability to attract and keep great talent suffers, and our neighborhoods will eventually suffer as well. So I commend the committee for putting emphasis and priority and acknowledging the importance of sound facilities and infrastructure going forward. Those are my comments. Thank you.
And good evening myself to you as well, and thank you for being here tonight. Since our last meeting, I've had the privilege of spending time across our district, visiting schools, talking to students, and meeting with our incredible teachers and staff. But many of these visits now are my second or third time to be at the same campuses, and it really never gets old. Every time I go through the doors, there's something new, a creative lesson, a student discovering their full potential, a teacher going above and beyond. The energy in the classroom is contagious, and it brings to me that every time we go to Cy-Fair, it's a very special place. Unlike Lucas, I attended the Bands of America competitions, and of course those were in Conroe and also in Alvin. Our students from Bridgeland, Cy-Fair, and Cy-Woods placed very high in those events, but so did our other schools from Cy-Fair as well were there. They represent our district very well with incredible pride. The days were very long, very hot for our kids, but you know what? They had the heart, the soul, and the spirit, and it showed in their music on the field. Their performances were powerful, and their scores were very high, and I congratulate them for their teamwork and dedication and inspiring. We're very proud of all of them. We're also proud of our directors, the staff, and the parents who made these programs shine every day. On a personal note, had a chance to be a parent on a senior recognition night at the Berry Center. For all of our parents who are celebrating, I get to celebrate my own daughter, but watching the students on the field reminds me of the effort and the perseverance behind every kid, and the smiles we see off them was very special, and I think every parent will never forget that moment. And this past weekend, myself and a couple of other trustees had the privilege of celebrating with Cy-Fair High School. In fact, we saw many of them here tonight in the community room at their homecoming game. It's great to see so many familiar faces honor the history and pride of Cy-Fair High School and such a cornerstone of our district. The students, the alumni, and the community all came together to celebrate what makes Cy-Fair so special. I want to thank the staff for sharing that time with us as well. To our teachers, to our paras, to our staff and our police officers especially as well who are supporting us here tonight, thank you. You are the heart of Cy-Fair ISD. And every success story we heard tonight brings about your dedication, your compassion, and your care for this district. Thank you very much. Real quickly from our Finance and Operation Committee, we had a meeting on September 30th. We did discuss the Long Range Planning Committee presentation, which we given the other night. We also discussed a budget update from Karen, and we also discussed the different RFQs that were discussed and voted on tonight. Our next meeting will be October 30th. I'd like to thank those who are here tonight. You notice we try to get to this meeting very quickly and efficiently, and I hope you can appreciate that, especially our staff who had to stay late. Thank you for those who are viewing online. May I please get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? We are now adjourned. And also, Boy Scout Troop, thank you for being here as well. We meant to get to mention y'all as well. Thank you for being here.